Hi. Hey. I've done like 5 of these intros now, so I'm gonna just hope this is the one. This is Wackaflcka with yet another Wackaflcka Explain. It's been like 2 weeks now, so I figured I'll get another one out there. Okay, deep breath. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, this is gonna be a Wackaflcka Explain on jungle pathing. But before I get into anything more, as with every other Wackaflcka Explain video, I hope you guys have or are having a good morning, good night, good evening, whichever one fits. Shit like that. And yeah, today I'm going to talk about jungle pathing. And this is ignoring your first initial clear, because as I say with everything else, and something I'm going to address later in another video, and I keep saying that, but I really do have like a few videos I want to get out. But most of the things when it comes to improving in League is the things that you do on autopilot, you know? So like the things you do like just without thinking, like you'll be watching Netflix and you'll just do it, you know, because it's just like the thing you do, and it's the thing that you do unconsciously all the time, or like the thing your habits, you know, the ones you do consistently all the time, the behaviors there that are good. If you have those good behaviors, they're going to lead you to getting better wins overall over like a longer period of time, right? So one of the good habits to have after your first initial clear, as I said. So something to have like said here or just demonstrated. Your first clear will be killing this and clearing everything. So after your first recall, right, as a jungler, that's kind of like when your auto pathing comes into mind. And what you want to do then, and I'm pretty sure that most people will do this, they will go here as an example, and they will clear this, and we're going to pretend that red buff's not here now. Then they will go down here, right, and they will clear this camp here. And after clearing this camp, say nothing is going on bot lane, they will go up like this, right? I'm doing this the long way now because I want people to understand this. They're going to go up here, right? And I know everyone probably knows what's going to happen next or what I'm going to say. But they're then going to clear their wolves, right? And then they're going to clear their gromp. Right? And I think everyone watching this that has played jungle will most likely see themselves doing this or kind of like understand that this is what most people do, right? And that's what I'm going to tell you guys today is wrong. And this is something I didn't really think about before too long ago when I was watching someone else stream. It's that you should always, and I mean always, path towards mid lane, right? And the thing you can see in both these here is that when I'm clearing this camp here first, I'm clearing towards bot side, okay? And I'm not talking about now where I'm in this situation where I'm typing or I'm telling my bot lane, I'm coming bot lane. That's like a conscious thing, you know? That's not like a habit. That's like a call that you're making and you're planning it around that, right? So then it's fine. But when you don't really have any plan ahead and you're kind of just farming as the game goes, things are a bit stale. So you're just farming, you know, just keeping up in levels. Then you should always clear towards mid and not as shown here where you clear this camp and then go down. Again, this is fine. Say if you're level 5, you're about to hit level 6, you can be playing Twitch, you can be playing anyone else. It's fine for you then to clear this camp here and clear this camp here to then ganking bot lane because you can't do it any other way unless, or like any other way to get level 6 to then ganking bot lane, right? But when you're doing the autopilot jungling, you should always path towards mid lane. And the reason for that is because mid lane is the lane that is closest to everything else, be it Dragon, be it Baron, be it Herald, be it bot fight, be it top fight. And I know you can turn this around and like look at it from like different perspectives, where it's like, oh, I cleared this one, then this one, and I'm pathing down, right? But like, you'll think that you'll be kind of like in the same position regardless of what you do, but you won't really. You'll always be closer to like mid lane if you're doing the other clear around. And if you are mid lane and something happens top lane or Herald happens, you're more likely by doing this here to be closer to contesting Herald, contesting Drake, reacting to something happening bot lane, reacting to something happening top lane. By doing the clear, where you're going from either this side here, and you're clearing Grump, and you're pathing down, clearing wolves, then if you have to clear this one here, and then this one here, because then you have to walk past them again, right? So when you're jungling, just try and make it a habit to like always, instead of going mid first and then clearing down, if nothing is happening here right now, then nothing is happening there right now. So if nothing is happening there right now while you're doing this, then when you're doing this, something might be happening there. So clearing towards mid lane is always what you want to do. Okay? So just make it a constant habit of yours when you are just doing your auto path clearing to just path up here, you know, just take the shortest path to either camp depending on which one is up. So instead of taking wolves, you take Romp first, and then you take wolves. And while you're pathing here, it might seem like a stupid one, but don't do this one first. Just walk down here, and then do golems first. And then path up, and then do this one. Unless you need the level for it for some reason. Okay? Just path past it, because you have to path past it after, again, unless you are making it play bot lane. So if you clear it now or later, they're going to spawn on the same interval regardless. So in which in which way you kill them, it doesn't really matter. Because they are going to spawn at the same time again. This one will spawn first, and then this one will spawn after. But if you kill this one first and you kill this one after, then this one will spawn first again, right? So just always just path towards middle while taking your camps. And it counts for both sides again. This one first. Then you take raptors. Or birds, or whatever you want to call them. And then you take golems. Then you take wolves. And then your camps are most likely going to be on cooldown, depending on which champion you're playing, of course. But in most cases, there'll be something happening, right? But in that case, you are going to be more closer to mid lane and more able to react to every other play being made on the map. And by doing this consistently, you are going to be in a better position in most of your games to be able to react to some kind of play that you otherwise wouldn't have been able to do, right? So just force yourself to just make this like your normal pathing and just do this consistently, and eventually it's going to pay off, right? And again, it doesn't matter if you clear this one first, if you clear this one first, because they are going to spawn again after on the same cooldown. So if you kill this one first and this one after, on your next recall and pathing, you will kill this one first and it'll be fine. So it doesn't really matter as long as you are clearing them on a in a decent time frame, right? But that's basically it. Just always path towards mid lane when you're clearing your jungle. That's all. And again, just to summarize, clearing towards mid lane will allow you to be closer to mid lane at all times, which will then enable you to access every other part of the map easier, as opposed to if you were to be on either side of the map, right? Because I think we can all agree that mid lane is the closest point to every single other point in the map. So by being here, you are then closer to everything else on the map. And without having a clear plan in your mind or anything you want to do, then doing something reactive to something that's happening in the game, you are then more able to do those kind of plays because you'll be in a better position for it, right? So again, just try and make that your thing. This is something I'm going to address in my video later, just to say what that's about. It's about coaching and just like the nature of like how you should think or approach coaching or improving in League in general and all those kind of things, where I'm also going to be talking about some other things as well. But that's basically it. This has now been 10 minutes. We're closing up to a decent time for Wackaflcka Explain, but not too long, so that's good. But yeah, I hope you guys haven't really thought about this before, so you get something out of it, and you'll try and implement it into your games, and then hopefully you'll see some success with this. But again, don't do this in your first clear. You obviously want to do your red buff first, or blue buff first, or maybe someone else, depending on what you're playing, but in most cases you'll be starting on a buff. So yeah, that's basically it. I hope you guys have a good one. a good night, good morning, good evening, whichever one fits. Shit like that. This has been Wackaflcka with yet another Wackaflcka Explain. Yeah, peace.